Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for finding me. That's always kind of exciting when somebody finds me. Today, this reading right now is going to be an elemental reading on earth signs. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, this reading is for you. This is an element reading for the month of May for earth signs. So if you're an earth sign, take a look, listen, and we'll see what spirit and the universe want you to know about the energies and influences that you will be dealing with in the month of May if you are a water sign or an earth sign. Sorry. So I'm going to give this a couple more shuffles, and then we'll bring down the camera and we'll see what interesting details we can find in terms of the energy for earth signs for the month of May. It's going to be interesting to see if a water card doesn't come up for in this earth reading, since I keep trying to say the word water. Anyways, down we go, and let's take a look at what the cards have to say. Okay, so for the month of May for earth signs. Okay, we're starting off with the Magician, which is a really great card. It talks about being capable and getting things done, focusing, concentrating, and manifesting that which you want. And this card has one of each of the symbols for the four water signs, or for the four astrological elemental signs. So you've got wand, cups, sword, and pentacle in this. So what that literally represents is that you have available to you or within you all of the tools that you actually require to successfully create and manifest that which you are going to focus your attention on. So that's sort of really a powerful and forceful way to start the month of May, because this clearly indicates that you have some goals and you're going to be able to put in the focus and the drive and the determination to make them happen. It's feeling like it's been a little bit of a long journey, kind of like you're sort of kind of tired of the way things are. You're just sort of looking for a little bit of relief. It feels like it's been a really long journey. It's not a journey that has necessarily tested you or broken you, as much as it has been a journey that has called upon the need for you to connect with yourself, connect with your ideas, connect with your thoughts about how you want something to unfold. It's been a time of reflection, and some of the things that you have discovered are very comforting to you, and some of the things that you have discovered are perhaps not quite so much comforting to you. So this is really interesting because, of course, the Magician has a wand as one of his symbols in this card. But all of your cards are wands. You've got the Nine of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. So clearly the month of May, as far as earth signs go, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, you are looking at wands represent creativity, expressions, things you're passionate about. Being confident. It's all about the imagination, the ideas, the creative force. So those things that you are trying to create and bring forward, be they new ideas or new projects that you're literally waiting for your ship to come in. You can see the beginning of it. You can see things coming together the way you want, and now there's just a little bit of you're waiting for things to progress and move forward, or you're waiting for the timing to be right in order to do that. But again, this is a month that seems to be really, really focused on the thoughts you're thinking and the ideas that come with that. Very often, earth signs, I wouldn't say, are exactly famous for self expression. They tend to keep things pretty close to the chest. You know, they're very responsible, very stable kind of people, very practical. And so they really don't spend a lot of time almost like analyzing themselves or listening to their own ideas. And it appears that this month is going to be a month where that's actually going to be really important. It's going to be a really important aspect of the energies that you are moving through for the month of May. And we have the Queen of Wands here. So that is indicating that either you are literally going to be dealing with a female Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or more likely and more importantly, it could just mean that the more feminine energies of the Queen of Wands are going to be part of the energies or emotions that you find yourself connecting with. You're talking about warmth and vibrancy, enthusiasm. The Queen is a very fiery and sensual kind of energy, and so that also may be part of what you are processing, the energy you are dealing with for this month. Very, very interesting. It looks like you have a base, something that you worked hard through, you processed, you did a lot of thinking about, a lot of energy went into it. You're now moving forward and you're waiting for things to shift. And we have, as I said, this the Queen of Wands here. So that's really, really interesting. We are just going to, let me just lift that up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to, now I'm going to do a 4-card spread for each of the individual signs of each of the individual earth signs, so that we can just drill down independently on the earth signs and just see if we can get some additional information and perhaps even some clarity. So I'm going to shuffle one more time, and we're going to cut this deck in half. And this reading is for Capricorns. So additional Capricorn energy and influences for the month of May. That's what we are looking for, is additional influences for Capricorn for the month of May. Let's see what the universe has to share with us. Okay, so we've got Page of Cups. So that's interesting. Capricorns, it looks like you're going to be receiving some messages pertaining to events that would fall under the category of happy emotional events. So you could be looking at weddings, engagements, baby announcements, graduations, promotions. So things that are, bring out happy, contented feelings of just emotional, happy feelings and energy. There's going to be some messages coming your way, Capricorn, with regards to that. And that may very well play an influence on where some of your focuses and your attentions go for the month of May. Definitely looks like there's a lot of choices going on for the month of May for Capricorns. And that, sometimes if you're not sure exactly what to do when you have a lot of choices, it's not necessarily a bad thing to just be still for a little bit and not make a choice right away. You don't have to leap at the first idea or offering. You can just pull back a little bit and kind of work through some stuff and process through some stuff. The Seven of Cups is a card about options and choices, but it is also a card about sometimes becoming confused with all of the choices, or seeing things in a way that is not exactly an accurate reflection. So illusions and delusions type of energy. So again, if you've got stuff going on that there's a lot of information coming at you, particularly a lot of emotions or emotional responses, that just pull back a little bit and give yourself some time to process so that you feel like you are moving forward with some clarity. That is followed by the Tower, and the Tower is it's an energy of something ending or literally falling apart in order to facilitate a new beginning and a new understanding. Very often, the Tower card represents something that was built on an unstable foundation, and most often, the Tower card represents your thoughts or your emotions or your attitudes or your beliefs about something. And so when you have the Tower card, it is showing you and indicating that there is going to be some clarity of thought, an opportunity to receive real clarity of thought, because some things that you have been holding to be true may not necessarily be true the way you see them as truth. This is followed by the Ace of Wands. So this goes right back to the first cards that we laid out. Wands representing, your creativity and expression, ideas, that kind of thing. So you have a whole lot of that going on this month. And what this spread is sort of telling me is that there's going to be a lot of decisions or a lot of choices to be made. In that process, you're going to find out some perhaps painful truths, but they're not going to destroy you. They're going to liberate you. And then you will have the beginnings of a new idea, a new way of looking at things, a new way of processing information or your creativity. You might have something that's been stuck for a while, and you had a certain set of beliefs about why it was stuck or how it was stuck, and now that is opening up a little bit, and you have far more clarity and far more accessibility to your own creativity, self-expression, confidence, and passion. So this is that's exciting, and it's a lovely grouping of cards for the month of May. It definitely shows progress and clarity, and you'll be in a good place as you move through this for the month of May. So that was for Capricorn. Let's move on to Taurus. Let's see if we can drill down a little bit on Taurus energy and see what influences they may be dealing with during the month of May. So let's focus in on Taurus for the month of May. Energies that are going to be influencing or playing a role in the month of May for Taurians. Let's just see what is going on with you. Okay. And let's do one cut. Let's see what the universe would like Tauruses to keep in mind and remember as they move through the month of March. So we've got the Six of Pentacles. Not surprising, earth signs very often connected to money and possessions. And the Six of Pentacles can be, can sort of represent two things that are not completely dissimilar. One is almost like a quid pro quo. So it's taking a look at what is going out and what you are receiving for it, what is coming in and how you are turning that over. So that is part of it. So there's obviously going to be a period sort of actually looking rather seriously at your finances, your possessions, that sort of thing. But it is also a card that can very often represent, especially in this particular deck, it can represent giving to others, it's sharing the abundance or the blessings of your life and sharing them with other people who are a part of your circle and your world. So you could be receiving gifts. You could very, very well be giving gifts, you know, of a physical nature. So that could be money, it could be presents. You know, again, we are moving into a time of year where you have, you know, weddings and engagements, you know, graduations, that kind of thing. So certainly you can see where Tauruses would be dealing with some events like that and giving gifts. So that's interesting. And now we have the King of Pentacles, we have the Moon, and we have the Queen of Cups. So really interesting. So the King of Pentacles, and Pentacles being the symbol for earth signs. For you Tauruses, this is talking about a male Taurus or perhaps a Capricorn or Virgo who is going to be in your circle. He's going to be important. Perhaps he might be giving you some advice. This card often can represent businessmen, self-made men, people who are proud, who have accomplished. They have their possessions in order, sort of thing. So you might be getting advice from such an individual. You may know such an individual. You may even be such an individual. But very definitely there is a sense of financial stability and clarity and keeping track and paying attention to what is yours and what you are sharing. The next card is the Moon, and so this is interesting because the Moon talks about things being hidden from view. It talks about not seeing things clearly or not seeing things the way they are in actual reality. It's unusual because Tauruses tend to be, you know, pretty clear thinking and pretty black and white, but sometimes when it comes to their own selves, they tend to color things, as to be fair, we all do. You know, everybody's memories become their memories and they're kind of adjusted to each person. So, but with this Moon card positioned the way it is, I want to say that there are going to be some truths or some realities coming forward. Things that perhaps have been a secret or kept quiet are going to be coming into the, they're going to be coming to the surface. This is, you know, the Moon, you're talking about ocean tides, and that's what I see. I see things literally sweeping in and saying, you know what, it's time. This situation has to be addressed, or we need some clarity on this. I want an explanation. So I see that happening, and I see you, the Tauruses, actually being the ones who are sort of being called to account, being asked to clarify, being asked to sort of let people in a little bit more so people have a better and clearer understanding of you and your thought processes. But this is definitely a card where you want to be careful that you're not, you know, just sort of telling yourself a story that is comfortable, but perhaps not actually a reflection of the truth. And it would serve you well to be careful because you have the Queen of Cups here. So you there are talking about a female, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. You're talking about a water sign female. And the Queen of Cups is quite intuitive and she's compassionate. She's a very good friend. She's a good listener. She's that person that you want to talk with when you're upset, when you're emotionally kind of out of sorts. She's the one you're going to turn to as a water sign female. So, but as I'm reading, like as I'm looking at this, it really does look like the secrets or that which has been hidden and is going to be revealed impacts a water sign female. So and that may not necessarily be the most pleasant interaction, but definitely an interaction that will clear the air and take the storm clouds out of the sky. I'm just going to get one card and ask if we can clarify the intentions of the two, the Moon and the Queen of Cups, and see if we can just narrow down perhaps what aspects or areas this is about. And we're talking about, okay, we've got the Five of Cups here. So this is talking about something that you or another person were disappointed about, suffered some sadness over. Because we have the Five of Cups coming forward to give clarity to this situation, I want to say that there are things in the past that are going to need to be discussed. They're going to come forward. They need to be aired out and cleared out. But this is not a bad thing. This really does create a balance and a desire and willingness to move forward into a future. If you look at this card, you can see that there are the three cups that have fallen over. And that is where this person's focus and attention is. So their focus is on what has happened before today. Your focus is on the past and what did or didn't happen, what was or wasn't said. This is an emotional, this is emotions that you're dealing with here. With the clarity that comes from this situation, this figure is going to be able to turn around and see the two cups that are still standing that are offering him emotional presence. So those could be understanding, compassion, forgiveness. So this situation is going to create an environment where this individual is going to be able to turn around, look at the upstanding cups, and take the gifts that those cups offer. So it sounds like for Tauruses, it's going to be a month of a little bit of, maybe a little bit of emotional housekeeping, taking care of some issues from the past, but definitely feels like something that you're going to come through in a better place with more clarity and stronger feelings of understanding and clarity. Now, I'm going to move on to Virgos. Virgo is the last Earth sign. And so we're going to look, hang on, I'm just going to put you all on pause for 1 second. Hi, welcome back. Sorry about that little bit of an interruption there. Okay, so we were focusing on Virgos for the month of May. Let's take a look at the Virgo energy for May. I'm just last shuffle and we'll cut the cards and see what the universe would like Virgo to know or be aware for the month of May. Okay. So, for Virgos for the month of May, what is it's kind of interesting, what is overarching these three cards, so your signifier card, is the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands typically is read as a card of minor bickering and friction, kind of not fighting, not being really angry, just squabbling, kind of annoying, irritating energy around you. So because I'm feeling that this is actually how Virgo's going to be feeling, just sort of like like things aren't kind of calm. They're just sort of a little busy and people are cranky. You're dealing with people who kind of don't feel settled and they're transitioning for whatever reason. And you seem to be that calm in the storm, that sort of gets that energy fired at them a little bit. So be mindful of that and recognize that while it is really frustrating and hard for you to deal with, the people on the other side are also struggling and having some problems. And it's really interesting because in some ways this card is completely separate from the other cards. It's sort of telling its own separate story. So this is just about an energy through the month. There may be times where you feel really sort of irritated and annoyed, and there may be times that those around you feel that way. So just be mindful of that, and where you can, neutralize the situation, and where you can't, perhaps just move on or move away from it for a little bit until things settle. You have the Four of Wands, and this is usually an indicator of family type celebrations or celebrations that involve good news. So of course, we're going into May, so we're talking about, engagements and weddings, perhaps births, graduations, that kind of thing. They're happy events, they're celebratory, it's just indicating that there is a nice time of just family and friend happy times coming. So again, kind of in opposition to the squabbly feeling, but very definitely Virgos are in for they're going to be making some pleasant friend and family memories over the next month. Now you've got the Page of Swords here. And the Page of Swords can sometimes be about gossip. It can be about a bit of a delay or indecisiveness, perhaps disappointment. So it can be, it often is, that when you're dealing with intensely emotional or exciting or happy family and friend type situations, frankly, it's not at all unusual that you have, a little bit of squabbling, a little bit of tension and stress, and that you oftentimes have, you need to be mentally on top of it because there could be gossip going around you, there could be delays or disappointments. You need to be agile and able to kind of flow with that to navigate what's going on around you. So the other thing that comes to mind as I'm looking at this, and I will pull a clarifier, in fact, maybe I'll do that right now, just pull a clarifier now before we go on, and see if we can kind of figure out what these two cards are talking about. We have the Five of Wands, and we have the Page of Swords. So let's just see if we can get some clarity for Virgo for the month of May. Okay, yeah, what we're seeing here is that these energies and these feelings really can be connected to feelings that you are moving out of troubled waters into happier or calm ones. You're moving from a time of difficulty or stress into a more pleasant period of smoother waters, easier sailing. So again, this looks like almost some emotional releasing that needs to be perhaps done as you move forward, knowing that you're moving into happier and better times. And that is absolutely amplified by the Two of Cups card. This is a really, really lovely card to have. It talks about a soulmate connection. So it talks about people coming into your life who you just feel like you've known forever. We all have had that experience where you meet somebody and it just feels like you can't even imagine your life without them. This talks about karmic connections, so people who we have experienced other lifetimes with reconnecting at this point going forward. It's talking about a friend who really understands you. It's talking about a new relationship. So this is an energy of two people coming together and creating a happier and more peaceful and calm environment, one that sustains you, and an environment that it makes you more. It fulfills you on a deeper level. So again, this can be a new romantic partner. This could be a business associate. It could be a new friend coming into your life. It could be a new opportunity, new people perhaps that you're meeting on vacation or at family functions and get-togethers. But there's definitely some new cooperative energy coming into your energies for the month of May. And so, that's lovely because you've got this situation where you really do seem to be moving from more difficult or stressful, aggravating times. You're moving into smoother waters. And it does seem like when you get there, there's going to be a support system for you. There's going to be some new beginnings in terms of new and happy connections coming to you. So that sounds lovely. So for earth signs for the month of May, it seems like there's going to be some reflecting on the past, some issues getting resolved and moving forward. For Virgo, you have that sense of pushing out of difficult times into smoother times. For Taurus, you have that sense of resolving things that have been secret or kept hidden or not clarified or not healed properly. So there seems to be a lot of that kind of energy where we're moving forward. We are taking care of that which needs to be taken care of, and we're moving into a happier place and a place energetically where there is just, I think, more peace and more calm. So for earth signs for the month of May, I wish you a lovely beginning, kind of that pre-summer, that beautiful spring-like early summer weather. Enjoy it, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy being in the earth. It's a really good thing for you earth signs to connect with, the grass and the dirt and just the earth. So thank you very, very much for finding me at Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. I'm just absolutely delighted that you're here. If you have enjoyed this or found some benefit to hearing it, please like or subscribe. Also, in the little box below, you will find my email address, and I am available for private readings at soulprint888@gmail.com. So have a fabulous May, earth signs, and I'll look forward to seeing you a little later on in the month. Take care now. Bye-bye.